Now we are
Thank
actually
you.
talking about the designing specific. Okay, so let's see. We configured the devices from the designing point of view for the platform based Windows, iOS, Mac, and Android. We have done the enrollment part. Also, we have configured conditional access, compliance policies, configuration profiles, along with the patching. Okay, now what is additional thing that comes as a designing side? So could be some kind of policies. Let's say in a project maybe Chrome browser is there, so Chrome browser will save the passwords, right? You want to set some kind of home setting for every browser. These are the something that might come up as a designing point of view. Okay, but now we know way to do, like you can do it from the configuration profile, most of the things. From here you can actually go and select if it is Android, you'll select the Android, Windows 10 specific. You will simply go here and create, for example, IE specific. I want to block some kind of settings. Let's say I'm just giving you a high level. I'll take it to the designing side. Before that, so let's say I want a home page to be set for a browser. So what I'll do is home page. There some kind of home page settings might be there. So in a browser, okay. So in a browser you want to set home page example. So what happened? This home page is gonna configured by ourselves. So what is the home page you want? Let's say I want to configure my company name dot mycom.com example, or maybe your internal SharePoint portal. So these are the some kind of settings that comes under designing, right? So am I correct?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
listening. Yeah.
So if you see here, the enrollment part we know the settings where to configure, but we really don't know what settings that needed to the need by your, what was the team, maybe your company. Okay, so that's where actually we have a normal high level planning sheet, okay, that I can share with you. So if you see here, here's some of the settings that you can say. So here also you can put it as the Windows autopilot. Okay, so here you have the user driven, right? And other one is white glove example. So like this you just have to prepare, okay. And I also list hybrid AD you want to configure, right? So this is one kind of settings configuration that we can consider. Let's say Mac, iOS, Android, all of these specific device specific settings we need to put it here, okay, in Excel sheet. And then let's see,
Uh,
I'm just trying to explain a project plan.
yeah. So
Okay.
hold on. Like for Mac, for example, your project plan is you've put restricted apps
You might
domain.
exactly. What are the domains? What are the passwords? Say, before Mac, let's take the actually a Windows specific so that you know what we are talking. Easily you will
Yeah, let's do
understand.
Windows.
Okay, so let's go to the Windows specific. Let's say before that, actually you have scoped for the project at the high level of Mac, iOS, Android, Android for work, or maybe Windows and autopilot. These are the settings you want to use it in your project example, including the patching, all of that stuff. Okay, but now on a Windows, let's say some of the compliance policies are there. So you see here the thousands of settings actually in a compliance policy. If I just uh, scroll a little bit up and down, let's say as a compliance policy for pin, uh, the pin should be configured on every machine, including Mac, iOS, or Android for work, or maybe Windows. So what is that setting you are talking?
What's the X? What's the X mean?
See, it's just configuration you are really scoping or not. Okay, X means you want to really configure or not this. Okay,
And
so
when you say remediated, what do you mean?
yeah, I'll tell you. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you all of that. Okay, so first try to only focus on one setting, then you can understand the entire sheet. Okay, so now let's say this is a setting that we are going to focus. What it says, pin and password configuration for your devices, either Mac or iOS or maybe Android for work or Windows. So pin should be configured on any of these platforms. Okay, so this is applicable to all the operating systems. Okay, now you will ask your customer, hey, do you want to configure pin? If so, what is that complexity? For example, minimum password length or maximum password length, all of that. Okay, uh, what should be the configuration? You have to go back to your customer in a project discovery phase. You have to get the information, or as part of the planning you should actually get all that information. Then you have to put it into a Excel sheet. Okay, a similar kind of Excel sheet. Here let's say the scope for Mac. Okay, so you take it as a X, but they're not scope maybe for Android, so you'll take it out Android. So
Oh,
now here for the Mac, you'll say required a password to unlock devices. Yes, as a customer he has to enter. You see, these fields from I to M is the customer values has to be entered. We recommend here. I mean, this is just the kind of document. It's not you must have to follow this way. There's no hardened rule. Okay, just to give you an idea what you can do it uh, with your documentation work. So let's say I want yes. Okay, Android not applicable because they don't have. This is also not applicable. Windows yes. So now the password, minimum password length, maybe they can say here 6 that's also 6. So here I'm also giving here a little bit of description what it means. Enter the minimum password age characters. So like that, a little bit of explanation is available. Okay, so if you look at what other settings you can do it, so there are hundreds of settings. In fact, here thousands of settings are there. This is just the high level information I'm actually sharing with you. So when you go back to uh, let's focus on device compliance policy only. So that's what we try to configure by going to the Windows, let's say device compliance policy, right? So it's about the compliance. So in the compliance you have thousands of settings. Let's edit the existing setting in this case. So in our case we have 3 devices which are in a properly configured, right? So let me, sorry, not this one. So here compliance, we actually configured only password. So if you want to configure as per that sheet, so you must have to go to the security somewhere. Hey, device requires to unlock password. Yes, it is required. Is it a simple password or password length? What should be there? Minimum 6. So you would easy to configure, right? Once you have these values, whatever the customer is going to mention, you just come back here and configure it. So it becomes easy for you also. So tomorrow they cannot complain against you that, hey, why did you configure this? Who told that? Right? So this is
yeah.
where the settings are there. So these settings you put it in the Excel sheet. So this is a outdated sheet, okay, I would say, because I forgot to tell you something also. I'm going to show you now. Every time when Microsoft releases Intune, also monthly updates are available. You see here, this is a 2104 service release, meaning every month they are going to release some new latest changes. So we can keep on update this document. So in case if you're planning, you can actually look at, for example, this is going to be console based Win32, some configuration, NFC preparation pairing is available, all that stuff is coming up. So what does it mean is, it actually, you have to update the document, keep on update this document in an original place. If you're concentrating on only Intune, then this is a kind of document. Okay, or you can ask the customer, hey, you tell me what settings you wanted on a device complaints based. Like they might come up and say that, hey, I want antivirus should be available. So if that's the case, you would actually prepare a antivirus specific policies, right? and simply you would configure that antivirus specific policy. So this is how you actually plan it for planning port. Where is this one, compliance setting? So here under here you can actually configure, it should be Microsoft Defender should be enabled, all of this, and this is where antivirus and spyware is required. So third party antivirus, or at least the ATP should be enabled. All that stuff actually comes here. I'm sorry. So here
Sorry,
yeah,
clarify. You said ATP. So where is listed ATP there?
see, ATP is, for example, let's take this as example. You know Microsoft Office, right? Office 365. Similarly, ATP also a cloud service. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you know Microsoft Visio. Similarly, there is a product called ATP from Microsoft. Example. Okay. So in case if you are concentrating, your devices has ATP as a service. Okay. Example I'm telling. Okay. In example case, in that case, that also can be treated as an antivirus. That's what I meant actually. From Microsoft point of view, antivirus means it can be McAfee antivirus, semantic, or even from Microsoft, they have their own engine, next generation of antivirus engine called ATP. Okay, advanced threat protection, ATP. So that also considered here as an antivirus. Okay.
So you see, Trevor, you've put antivirus required.
Yes.
So firewall required. So that means if the user's device, the user is on the domain and the antivirus is not turned on, then we will see it will say not compliant.
Yes, we did tested that, right? We did test it with the firewall settings.
Yeah, we tested it setting.
Same
But
thing.
why would the user turn off the firewall in the first place? Why would they
Very
turn
good
it off?
question. Let's say
What would cause
we
it to turn off,
no
or
no
what
no
would
no.
cause it? If
It's
IP,
not about he's turning off. Okay, it's not that he's turning off. Let's say for some reason antivirus is not working. That's what we wanted to measure. Let's say antivirus is not working as expected, or antivirus got installed automatically by some software by end user, or maybe for some reason it got uninstalled. We don't know. We don't want to allow to our network insecure compromised devices, because that actually leads to other devices also security hole. Okay, it's not that he's gonna uninstall, so hey, don't uninstall. No, that's not the case. We just wanted to put some kind of baseline. Hey, all these machines are following our best practices, like having antivirus, having BitLocker, having firewall turned on, having some kind of password complexity is there. They're using some kind of real-time protection, all of that stuff. That's it. Okay. So
well, what happens if you don't give the user admin rights? Then how would they be able to? Okay, I guess yeah,
it's
I
just to
see.
measure. Okay, it's just to measure,
It's
and
just a measure, yeah.
yeah, it's just to measure, and then there will be a team who will work with those end users. Hey, what happened to your machine? Seems to be it's not compliant, so let's bring your machine to the up to compliance level of our company standards. So help desk team will reach them, and they will help them, or they can call to help desk. Or we did even tested the compliance uh, machine, where if it is not having proper compliance, then it's not even allowing the end user to access any of the applications, right? We tested with the conditional access, you remember. So that's
Yeah.
how, yeah, that's how it's going to work.
Okay, so for example, if their antivirus is not compliant, their firewall's not, then certain applications they won't be able to access.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because we've done it through conditional access.
Exactly, we tried all of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes, I remember. Yes, we did. Okay.
Okay.
So any chance?
Yeah, I'm gonna share with you. No, not a problem. I'm gonna share with this.
Oh,
So
thank you, please.
yeah,
That would
so
be
you
very
have a lot
helpful.
of other policies. Okay, just go through it. Whatever you learn, it's going to be ocean. It's like ocean. So it's not just maybe 100 settings or 200 settings. It might have more than thousands of settings. So it's not that in every project customer is gonna fill all of these values. So it's just up to uh, up to him and between us. So what they wanted to configure, like these settings. So if you see here, this is heavy, 300 settings here, MAM settings. This is different settings will be there. So some of them are outdated, some of them are required. If you see autopilot, it's there already. So some settings, some kind of experience specific, all of that stuff. So you just get the project plan ready with this as a basic. So what they wanted to achieve, let's ask them. So there should be some kind of meetings that we conduct with the uh, customer to better understand, hey, are we going to manage Mac devices? If so, what are the compliance criteria that you are thinking? I can give you the settings. Okay, you tell me what settings I want to use it. Similarly, what kind of applications you are going to distribute or deploy, what applications you're going to restrict.
Well, these asking that you're saying will
Yeah,
ask the
yeah,
client.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
but yeah, the clients shouldn't it be IT coming up with these questions anyway? Like if you have
No,
your
you without questioning to the customer, okay, by you, he will expect something else, and you deliver something else. So it doesn't match
so,
their expectations.
so if I clarify, in an organization,
Hmm.
just like a finance organization, who's the customer that we're asking?
Hmm.
So who would the customer be in the finance organization, let's say?
Huh, very good. Okay, so if they have the definitely in a finance organization also, they will have IT team, right? So definitely you
Yes.
would be part of the IT team, and you would go and sit with the IT complaints manager, or your manager, provide what you wanted to deploy the settings.
Okay.
Okay, definitely. So I wanted to show you some other beautiful document from Microsoft also, and the best practices that I just shared. Okay, so you have Microsoft Design, especially planning document. So if you look at here, what is that applications and the email settings you want to block it, how you're going to secure your devices with antivirus and some kind of policies, and just go through this document. Okay, there's a company he has taken
Yeah.
as an example, uh, Charlotte IT admins kind of company. Okay, and then you have to take the inventory device, toss 2, toss 3 kind of thing, just a high level document. So you need to determine what you want to use. For example, multi-factor authentication, you want to use conditional access, any dynamic groups you want to use it, all that actually comes here. And then you would review the policies and infrastructure based on the settings that you are planning. So most of the time the people will say that I have these group policies want to configure. So you can do that most of the group policies directly from here. If you remember, we did actually talk very well. I told very clearly that this is going to be a game changer. What is that? So this is the one is a
Configuration
game
template.
changer, templates. So if you see, the settings catalog is a game changer. So this contains all GPU settings, and more than that group policy setting. So you name it, you have here. Okay, so everything is available. So these values also you are actually considering into the group policy. So most of your manager or your IT team needs the settings that are going to pick up from these settings. So this is in a preview mode, but this is a game changer actually for from Intune point of view. So no other software has these kind of capabilities now. So you have all the power from your Active Directory that is now built into Intune. So we could easily replace a lot of stuff that is coming from your on-premises configurations with these configurations from its settings. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Okay, and go through this document so that how to properly project plan. So this is how we actually do it. Roll out phase wise limited devices, and then we'll expand to a larger set of devices in a planning wise. So in this we also include monthly wise, departmental, or maybe testing groups, all of that, and these will be associated with some kind of Azure AD groups basically in the backend. Okay, and coming back to the communication, so most of the staff people doesn't know that how to communicate with the end users, right? So Microsoft, what they have done is actually they created a communication channel also for you. Okay, so you just have to download this document called Intune Adaption Kit. Okay, when you download this Intune Adaption Kit, it actually gives some of the zip files and some of them files. So this actually explains to you in a better way compared with anybody. So what it does is actually it gives you sample email. Sorry, white color. Okay, so it actually gives you some kind of information like how to enroll Android devices. If you don't know the user, for example, user doesn't know how to do that, simply has to click on this. So it takes to the YouTube channel from a Microsoft point of view. It's going to show the end user, hey, how to do this. Okay, and he's going to explain that. So this is going to be a user will be more educated with these shortcuts. Okay, for example, enrollment for Mac, iOS, all of that stuff. Apart from that, there are two different files. So let's say you want to send emails to your customers. So you have an option, how to send a draft email. You're gonna, get it. I'm sorry, I don't have Outlook here, but this is gonna show you, how actually your mail should be look like, and also it's going to give you the a proper PDF files within the documents, how to plan it, email template, email one, explain the benefits of expected schedule, expectation, what should be taken, what should not be considered, all of that stuff for your end user point of view. So it makes easy for your project wise. So let me open another document, another zip for you. Within this, actually, you have PDF files and Word document. Both are the same here. So some other settings also available for guide. This is the enrollment guide. Some documents within the enrollment guide. Let it go. It's not coming. That's okay. I think it seems to be my mission has a problem, but I'll show you one more time. So this is the document that we normally follow, how we have to implement. So if you look at here from the end user point of view, we will make them to enroll the devices, and we also configure the setup, authentication, getting the application, troubleshooting. These are the normal phases that are involved for any of the end user, right? So let's say user try to enroll, and then he's going to set it up, his profiles, like his mails, all of that stuff, and we're also going to secure those company applications with the app protection policies, if you remember the PIN and all of that stuff. And then we're going to actually install some of the company applications as mandatory. Some of them are just the available mode, right? And then we would, if really needed, we can troubleshoot with the troubleshooter help, and if needed, we will escalate to Microsoft, right? And we're going to securely wipe the device in case of the end user lost the device, all of that stuff. And within this, what users can see, what your company cannot see, all of that stuff, which we will tell. And here, the enrollment options, installing applications, how to do this general document is 2-page document, which is in a PDF as well as in a Word document. Both are one and the same actually. Okay. So these are the stuff that we actually follow. So let me share here in a notepad, in a simple notepad. I'm going to share after this session about a document called Intune Adoption Guide, right? So come on, where is that? I don't know. Yeah, this is a document, Intune Adaption. Also, the most important one would be the planning and designing side, how to guides. So this is the Microsoft guide again. Also one Excel sheet that I'm going to share with you. I hope this makes easy and comfortable for you.
Yeah. I really appreciate this. Can I also ask two more things? Windows Update for Business.
So let's say
You know?
your company is actually have some kind of agreement. They just buy devices directly from Microsoft Store. Okay. So in that situation, they will actually push the patches, all of that stuff to they take it to the next layer. I'm going to show you that also. Give me a second. So I shared this. Um, you need also the Excel sheet. Upload. Let's save this. I don't know where did I save. Where is that? Come on, where is this actually? Where did I open?
Well, just save it again, isn't it?
Path to clipboard. Okay, so what else? Yeah, you were asking for Microsoft Store for Business, or
Windows Up Business. What's that one?
uh, for businesses, it's like feature updates. Let's say you
Yeah,
are actually,
Windows.
yeah, let's say
Sorry,
you're
sorry,
actually
let me see.
using uh, you're actually using settings within this here from Windows side, or you have here, right? These are the feature updates and quality updates, right? So let's say Windows update rings, you have here option. Okay, within this you can choose the channel. So we did actually try it, and 3 of the devices went successful. So let me show it here. Active quality. So the basically it's like what is the service channel? Where is the channel? Yeah. So these are the channels, right? So these are this is what we wanted, look into the update for business, meaning what kind of feature updates you want consider, or quality updates, or driver updates, or Microsoft updates. All of that actually follows some kind of channel. So that stuff actually we are talking about it. So consider that this is also a normal Windows update ring. That's it.
Now, is this updating the operating system,
Yes.
or we're talking about updating of applications, or it's all referring to just the operating system?
Yeah, it can be actually even the OS, also and also for you. It doesn't matter actually. We are talking about a OS build upgrade. Okay, it's basically for OS build.
I'll always build
Yeah.
upgrade.
So one and the same here. The option. So just a different word they use. Okay.
Okay, so the update OS build,
Yes.
the OS version. Okay. Um, and then let me see. When it says viewed in autopilot image,
Sorry, autopilot.
it says assist our third party in image.
Yes.
What's the
So
autopilot image?
third party as autopilot image. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
have to work with them for the I think seems to be you're looking for a job profile. So just go here and configure your autopilot profiles and ask them to assist.
Oh, that's what
That's it. Yeah.
is that what they're referring to as
Yeah.
the image?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was thinking, is it something completely else? And then, you know, is it possible to go through converting a group policy from on-prem to?
What did I show you? I have shown you, right, that
You
two
showed me
times.
just now. Yeah, you showed me and said that's where everything is, configuration profile. But
Yes.
there's a special
Yeah.
tool that's used, isn't it? The MMAT to convert it from.
No, see, let's say you have a group policy that can be imported here. Okay, it tells where is the setting. That's it. Again, you have to go back and you have to configure that setting. Yeah, from on-prem, you take a machine, run a GP result, GP results, okay, GP results slash h with a file name. Let's say I want this example. Okay, one file gets created. Okay, now you need to just simply import XML format. Actually, basically, you need to MMC GPMC actually open up your group policy management console, and from there you need to convert into the XML format. Give me a second. I think I can start maybe machine.
Yeah, could you start in your on-prem? That yeah.
So I'll just go to this my domain controller.
So if we see, because I have seen online this,
there are tools are available. There are tools are available, but that's not gonna configure as it is for you. Which tool you're talking about?
Hold on, let me check on Google. You have to go to GitHub and download this. Hold on. I saw a video online. Convert.
You're talking about a MMAT?
Yeah, that one.
That's just see, one and the same almost. It's one and the same. I'll put it in this way, so there's nothing difference much. You just let me log in here my on machine.
Oh, so there's a different way you're going.
Okay, it's up to you. How do you want to? But at the end, this is also a Microsoft tool. But I like to always go with the
MMAT is not a Microsoft.
it's a community-based tool. So basically, it's a community tool where a lot of other people who actually configured or helped contributed to develop the tool. Okay.
But in a work environment.
It depends. It depends on your requirement. So in my case, I'll show you, what I'm going to do actually. So this is my domain controller. I hope you're able to see. So I'll just go to my domain, my group policy management console. Okay, see here. You see here it says that open GPMC tool, right click on the relevant GPO and export. So it's going to export to GPMC. So just go to the group policies within your configuration here. Sorry.
Okay.
Now let's say there's a group policy called hybrid AD join example. I'm just taking some settings policy.
Yeah, just use anyone. It's fine.
So save as a report. Okay.
So you save it as a report first, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It just gives you
hybrid AD join is.
Yeah, it's a group policy.
Okay. So we son.
Okay. Save as a XML simply on my desktop. I'm saving. And now I go back to my you have to do it like this for all the group policies and say go back here, importing group policy, and go to my desktop. Where did I? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Saved on your desktop, didn't you?
Oh, okay. I saved on my desktop of the domain controller. Give me a second. Copy this file. Let me save it actually on this machine's domain controller. So I'll just browse, go to desktop and say hybrid AD join XML. So it says that this import is successful, and say 1 second, I'll just say close this. Okay, here now it's gonna analyze it. Okay, so it says that hey, it is 100% not supported, but 50% is it is supported. So if you just click on this, it's gonna show me where is that setting. So you see here the setting is coming from here. So the same thing which we actually have seen in the group policy. Same thing, you can map it to here CSP mapping. CSP mapping is nothing but a vendor, how he's trying to manage from an Intune side. In this case, vendor is Microsoft. Okay, so these are the settings that are there. So how we do it? Again, we go to let me take and show you if you want. Let me
Yeah, please
quickly
show me
take,
the process. Yeah.
yeah, high level I can show you. Just open up. So once you have this, so it gives you some idea, where it has all that information. I've taken a screenshot because I can go back and show you one more time. So go to the devices, again Windows, and then definitely configuration profile, create a profile, in this case Windows 10 specific, and settings catalog. Okay, so go here and say, let's say this is for GPU. I'm gonna actually add setting within this. So the setting is for Windows MDM, which is not supported, so you cannot do it this. Okay, but what you can do, go to the Windows Internet Explorer, let's say Windows components. So here if I just go down somewhere with the W name, Windows components, I can just
Can
simply,
you
yeah,
search
administrative
for it?
templates, yeah, administrative templates, and then Windows components, right? And within this Windows component, and then Internet Explorer, right? So just go to Internet Explorer.
Explorer.
So somewhere here, IJKL
Must be back up.
Internet
You went
Explorer.
too far there.
So within the Internet Explorer, you have a setting is available under Internet Control Panel.
Internet control and then
So here you have an option. So here security page,
security.
and then whatever the setting you want to do it. So here directly. So here the settings were there. So just select it, whatever that setting is there. But for example, if this is a trusted site specific, you can do it like this, and then
Yeah.
click close this, so that the settings come here. So you want to enable or disable all of that stuff, you can play it with that group
And then you do
policies.
next.
Yeah, this is gonna apply to your group, whatever the group or settings you want to do it, you can apply and create and assign.
And then
That's it. That becomes as a group policy for you.
so that's just that is a
Yeah,
group. That's it.
that's it.
But
Job done.
okay, I see. But what happens if you've got like
You have to sit. You have
hundreds
to
of
sit.
groups?
Simple. You have to sit and work on it. That's why I said, it's a thousands of settings you have. Thousands.
So
Really, it's going to be thousands of settings.
or would they say, yeah, but be sitting there forever? Can't you think of a quicker way to do
No,
it?
no,
How
no.
would
At
you?
this point of time, there's nothing. Okay, there's nothing. You have to dedicate and do all that stuff manually. Okay.
And using that MMAT will not.
No, it just tells you. It just tells the information. I mean, there is a PowerShell script is there within that. It actually generates that information, but I mean, I never use that, but we always go from here actually. That's what I strongly feel, but I never use that. So
So you have to do
yeah,
it like that manually. Okay, I see. So that's all they want when they say convert
yes,
your group policy to configuration profile.
yes. So you are actually referring to, this is the one tool. Okay, MMAT. So this is a tool which you're sometimes referring here. So
Yeah,
it
this
just,
tool, yeah.
yeah, so this tool actually will determine which group policies have been set for a targeted user computer or cross-reference against to its built-in list of supported MDM policy. It just referencing, okay, and this will also then will generate XML, HTML reports indicating level of support. So this is a tool. It just gives you the information, right? So now, one second, CSP settings URI and Windows voice version. There are additional support settings include security policy settings. Okay, so it just gives the information, but it is not going to automate anything, my friend. So we did actually the same thing with the help of group policy uh, analytic tool. Now what we have done, same thing, it's going to show you in an Excel format instead of here. That's only difference. It's not going to convert this setting to automatically to a some policy. No,
It will
that's
just
not it.
automatically.
No, that's not there.
Okay.
You have to do it. I mean, as
Oh,
in
okay.
recording of 2021, maybe May month. There's nothing like that, but they are gonna do it for sure.
They will come up with
Yeah,
something.
now you got it right. You have the configuration profile which is changing here. This specific setting is actually changes everything. This is actually biggest change. What do you need actually on-premises Active Directory? Say let's say last 6 months back you need it because these settings. For example, I want to use power settings. I want to control the reboot setting of an end user. Okay, all of that was there, but now everything can be done from here. Even the normal group policy, Windows for Business, anything, but you need to know, what is that setting. Okay, you need to know those settings. Earlier we used to know as the help desk guy or maybe as a Windows admin, and we used to configure. That is now part of it. Yeah. Okay. Anything else
Okay.
you wanted to know?
No, no, that's I
Great.
don't think of anything. Overall, we've gone through all that.
Yeah, and in fact, I covered everything, my friend. To be frank.
Yes, I know. I remember all that one, so I'm not going to ask you that. I know all that. It's just I was concerned about was this
Yeah,
designing stuff.
designing
But
is
in
something you
terms
have to
of
put it in a right way. Go through this document. Go to this
designing
document.
doesn't sorry, designing doesn't also mean design the diagram, like diagrams to show the workflow. It doesn't mean that, does it as well?
You might have to put it in a Word document also, right? See, it's not that. It depends on project to project. I
Oh, you're
sometimes
breaking. Your voice is not clear.
sometimes some companies, some projects requires not just the Excel sheet. Maybe you might need to put it into the design documents in a Visio also, like how it
In
looks
video,
like. Yeah,
you got
definitely.
examples to show me?
No, I don't have. I don't want to show all of that stuff. I'm sorry because those are specific to the companies. But it's like you'll have a cloud.
Or could you show me on if we go to Google Images and
Uh,
we'll
a
see?
few things like here. Okay, Intune architecture.
Yeah, let's
So
see.
we actually put it this image. Okay, we take this image actually. This image, similar thing or similar to this kind of thing. Somewhere, sometimes we refer, and then high level architecture. This is actually we take this policy basically and we put it into the design side. Okay, this is just a one architecture. Okay, but not your company wise, because users are from anywhere, right? And that's how. So in other way, if you ask, rough, I'll show how to design this. Simply we take here, we put that image here. Okay, we'll put it here, the devices from maybe IT. Okay, and from otherwhere. Okay, like maybe home users. Okay, some other business units. Example, maybe this is maybe from Asia specific devices, or here maybe EU specific devices. So it just connects like these over the internet, and we would be managing. Okay, in between, if you have SCCM, maybe you write here SCCM also. So you have the here AD connect, Azure AD, then connect, and here it has its own primary site, secondary site, and the additional DPs, all of that stuff, and these will be managed directly with the Intune. That's how we draw it. Just a drawing. Okay,
Yeah.
a physical representation. I have actually drawn now. Similar thing. You just have to copy paste the data from Microsoft architecture document and put it there. That's it.
Okay, so
So I pasted this document link also.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Then can we wind up this session for today?
Yeah, it was really good. It's cleared a lot in my head. So
Yeah, you'll have because opposed to the training also, I have to give some time for anybody to think what he has learned, self-learning, and then come back with the doubts, so that it's good to self-exploring ourselves, right? Because we are going through all the content that I teach you for all these days, and it's just to cross check with either job profiles or maybe with on field, and then we can come to some kind of conclusion how to fix those things. Yeah, that's good.
yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great, my friend. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Great. Bye
If
bye.
I've got any addition, I'll let you know. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I'm ending.